Hey everybody, today I'm going to review Ryobi's brand new P325 16 gauge AirStrike finish nailer. This is part of their 18 volt ONE+ series of tools, and what that means is it's completely compatible with all the other 18 volt ONE+ batteries and chargers. So whether you're using an older NiCad battery or a brand new lithium ion battery, the gun is going to function exactly the same way. Now, with me, I have a P108 high capacity 4 amp hour lithium battery on here, and this gun can actually get up to 800 shots on a single charge. So what that pretty much means is you'll be able to go all day long without recharging. You're not going to have to bring a generator and compressor to the job site to run air hoses to a nailer, and you're not going to have to buy replaceable fuel cells and keep spending your money to make the gun work. All you're going to need to do is just recharge the batteries and the gun's going to work exactly the same way day in and day out. So in this video I'm going to show you the different features of this, and then we're going to see it actually being used. Now I'm going to go over the features of the P325. They did design this to be completely tool-free, meaning any adjustments that you need to do, you're going to be able to do them with your own hands and no special tools needed. So let's say you're out and you get a nail jam in the top of it. This little gray lever on the top will pop right up. You can remove the jam, set the lever back down, click it shut, and you're good to go. It literally takes 1 or 2 seconds to clear a nail jam in this. If you want to change the depth adjustment, this little knob will twist left or right, and the end of the nailer will move in and out so you can set the correct depth. Now, if you're in an older home that has some rough cut oak boards, you may need to increase the air pressure. And on the rear of this is a sliding scale, so you can increase or decrease the air pressure with just one finger. So in order to set your nail correctly, you may have to turn that air pressure up. But if you're in a newer home that has pine boards, you might need to turn that down to get it exactly right. They do have a belt clip on the side. I have it installed for a right-handed use, but if you're left-handed, there's also a place for that, and you can have it for left-handed use. The batteries are very easy to remove, and if you have any other 18 volt ONE+ tools, you'll know how simple they are. There's 2 little latches on the side that you'll depress, and the battery will pop right out. It will stand upright on its own, and if you need to lay it down, all of the rubber overmolds are going to prevent it from scratching the surface. So if you're working with somebody's nice hardwood floors, you're not going to have to worry about the air nailer scratching anything, because the only thing touching the surface is going to be the rubber overmold itself. Now the gun does come in at about 6 pounds with no battery, and then when you add the battery, it adds roughly another 1.5 pounds. So I think it's about 7.5 pounds tested with a battery, but it's very well balanced and it doesn't feel awkward in your hand. On the top is an LED light right here, and it can be activated one of 2 ways. With a simple trigger pull right here, it will not only shoot a nail, but it will also light the light up. But if you only want to light an area up with no chance of firing a nail, underneath of the normal trigger is a separate LED trigger. Either one of these will activate it, and it does have a time delay. So as I remove my hand, the LED stays lit, and it will keep your work area lit up for about 5 or 10 seconds. Loading nails in the magazine is extremely easy. You'll see this sliding tab. Slide it to the bottom until it clicks and locks into place. Once it's locked into place, turn the gun upside down, take a pack of nails, insert it in the bottom, and then you'll turn it back over, press the little black tab to release, and now it's keeping tension on those nails. It's pressing them to the top, and the gun is ready to go. Now I'm going to show you the difference between the single fire mode and then the bump fire or rapid fire mode. At the bottom of the handle is a small gray toggle switch that slides left to right. If we slide this to the right, it's going to be on rapid fire or bump fire mode. If we slide this to the left, it's going to be on single fire mode. And here's the difference between the two. With it on single fire mode, what you'll do is press the end of the nailer into a piece of wood, pull the trigger, and it will fire 1 shot. But if you want to do more work or faster work, just slide this over to bump fire mode. Then you'll hold it on the trigger, and every time you press it into a piece of wood, it's going to fire a shot. So here goes. I'm going to hold it on the trigger. And you can see just as fast as I can move it around, it will fire consecutive shots. So you're not having to constantly pull it on that trigger. You can just hold it in and it's going to shoot as fast as you can move the nailer around. But if you're doing more delicate work and you're not nailing rapidly, you can keep that on single fire mode and then press it into the work you're working on, line it up, and then pull the trigger, and it will fire one shot. Okay, this is going to be a demonstration of the bump fire mode or rapid fire mode. You can see I have a completely full magazine of nails. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and shoot all of these into the 6x6. We're going to see if there's any jams, and then we're going to see if there's any problems. So here it goes. I'm going to hold the trigger down, and then the bump fire mode is going to be activated when I press the end of this tool into the wood itself. So there's 4 of them. It's sunk them down below the surface, but I'm going to go ahead and shoot the entire row of these, and we're going to see if there's any problems. Alright, that's the entire magazine. Every one shot, it's shot below the surface of the actual wood itself. There was not one jam or one problem. So you can see all the holes on the top of this 6x6 now has a 2-inch finish nail embedded in it. And now for our final test, I'm going to install this piece of trim around this closet and we'll see how well the P325 does. And you can see it popped it right back into place. When I pried it out of there, I was kind of worried that it wasn't going to line up right, but everything lined up perfectly, and the P325 sunk the nails just below the surface, so now I can fill those in with wood putty. So now you've seen the P325 cordless AirStrike 16 gauge finish nailer for yourself. Now this has a tremendous amount of power, and you can see when I had it on bump fire mode and I was shooting back to back to back, nothing jammed and it was sinking every nail with no problems at all. Now because this will get up to 800 shots on a single charge, like I said, if you're doing finish work all day long and you're in a house and you need to do all the trim in one day, you're going to be able to do that most likely with just one battery charge. But if you have a very large house you're working on, or you do a tremendous amount of finish work, 2 batteries, or even keeping one of their chargers on site is going to solve all your problems. So there's not going to be those fuel cells to change, and you're not going to have to bring a special generator to the job site with you to run an air compressor, because all the power is going to be in that battery pack. Now Ryobi does have a 3-year warranty on this, so as long as you register it after you buy it, you're going to be covered, and they're going to fix any problems that you have for free. If you like this video, please click like. If you like my channel, please click subscribe. And thanks for watching.